Cheers, good morning, Zed from Zetster's Lab. Well, if you've seen my video yesterday, I told you I'm going through a kind of a difficult patch. And this is actually what I want to share this morning, my journey and making peace with who I am. So, this is to all my non-perfectionist friends out there. This video is for you to make you realize that you are good enough. No, that's not even right. You got to know you are absolutely perfect the way you are. Because if you are not the way that you are, you will not be able to do what you need to do in this realm. So, I grew up with a perfectionistic mother. Oh, very, very, very perfectionistic. So, from way my beginning in this realm, I never felt good enough. No matter what I do, it was never, in her eyes, good enough. Because she was a perfectionist, so she could do it so much better. And no matter how hard I tried, I just could not live up to her expectations. I really tried to become more perfect, to do whatever I do. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. And then I grew up, and then you have all these perfectionistic friends, teachers, co-workers, later on husband, and the whole time you've got to deal with this. You're not good enough. No matter how hard you try, you're just not doing the things as well or as perfect as they are doing it. And then years later, I think I was nearly 50, when someone said out of the blue, "Wow, Izette, but you so artistic, you so arty." And I said, "Really?" I did the brain profile thing, and that was life-changing for me. I saw there that I actually, the left brain, right brain kind of thing. I don't have a left brain. That is the people that is perfectionistic. They do things by the book perfectly. Accountants, the doctors, specialists, IT specialists, those kind of people, I'm just not there. Engineers. So then I realized, but I'm artistic, I'm creative, I'm a teacher, I'm just emotionally attached to people and their feelings and, name it. And there I got set free because I realized I was exactly good enough. I was good enough. I don't have to be perfectionistic. I am good enough. And now, 10 years later, I'm making the YouTube channels. I'm sharing my walk, how I create things in an easy way, simple way, a way that everybody, except the perfectionists, will be able to do it. And there at the back you can see a hammock, a chair hammock that I made. And my way, once again, my way. But guess what? 5 years, 5 years, it's still working, it's still hanging, it's still doing its job. If you look closely, yes, it will not win a prize for the best stitching and whatever, but it works. So how did this come about, this video? So I was helping hubby on the ladder the other day. He cannot walk up the ladder now with his leg, so he's a perfectionist. The love of my life, but yes, he's a perfectionist. And now I need to help him. So I'm on the ladder, yes, I'm on the ladder with the drill, and he is telling me now what to do. I mean, really? So I was giving my all, but he was getting more and more frustrated because he said that is skew, and he said you must push here, and you're too far from that side, and you're a millimeter too far from this side. And at the end we were at each other's throats, and I just said, no, he said, I'll get somebody who can do it. And then I became really upset, deep inside, and I really didn't know why. And as I was talking, to the life in me, I said, Father, please just tell me, why am I so upset? Why am I'm angry, I'm resentful, I am really hurt. And why? Because it was really not such a big thing. And then yesterday I walked with this, just acknowledging my feelings. I was acknowledging the hurt and the anger and the resentment and the self-pity and the poor me and everything. And then it dawned on me, I grew up always feeling not good enough. Never, no matter how hard I tried, because I'm not supposed to be like that. But my perfectionistic friends, mother, co-workers, later on husband, they expect of us to be that way, to be their way, to be perfect, to do things perfectly. But it's just not in my DNA. I cannot physically do it. I can try. I tried my whole life. Ouch. And I just could not become that person, be that person. And then I could really just surrender and just let go of my insecurities. Goodness, I had lots of insecurities, never felt good enough. And you know what? I don't know what the name is in English, but at school I always only win, especially the sport. I was very good at sport, tennis especially. And I always won this veelzijdigheid trophy thing. That means, I don't know the English word, but that means you can do anything. You can do just about anything, and you do everything. But nothing, but that is what I got the thing for, because that was a good thing. Veelzijdigheid. I was very much, I could do just about anything. And now when I think about it, it's exactly what I am. I can paint, I can sew, I can work in the garden, I can, what is actually a very good thing of mine? I'm an encourager. I can help others. I get others to start painting. I get others to start gardening. And then in a while they become much better than I am. And that's perfect. My job is to get them going, to get them to realize that they're good enough to do anything. So to you, if you are not a non-perfectionist, I just want to encourage you this day. You are perfect, not even good enough. You are perfect just as you are, because otherwise you could not be who you are. Do what you do. So start to really go for those things. Go and do those things that you can easily do, that you love to do, and let go of the idea that it must be perfect. Perfect in whose eyes? I don't have to be a perfect seamstress to make that hammock chair. I don't have to be a perfect seamstress to make my clothes that I love from my vintage linens. I can just be me, creative, go for it, make it. If it doesn't work, change something here, change something there. Why not? So, you are absolutely perfect as is. If I was a perfectionist, I would not have been able to do what I do. Because my mother couldn't do this. There's no ways. I mean, I always tell this story, and for one of my friends it really meant a lot, so I'm going to share it. One day hubby and myself, we were cleaning. We decided it's now time to clean the patio. So he said, while I'm quickly doing this, will you sweep it so long? So off I went, and I was sweeping, and the sweat was dripping. I was really working very hard sweeping. So when I was done, very impressed with myself, I cleaned, I swept. The patio the leaves were off, and whatever. He came out and he asked, when are you going to sweep the patio? I said, I just swept the patio. Go and look. You cannot see a leaf or anything. It's clean. No, here he comes. He took all the pots, shifted them to one side, and then he started to sweep. Under the pots, under everything, pushed everything to the side, away, got the water, the hose pipe, washed the patio, blah, blah, blah. The difference. To him, that is clean. To me, my way was clean. And to me, it was more than good enough. To him, it wasn't. He thought I didn't even do anything yet. So that's the difference. But it doesn't make him wrong and me right, or vice versa. We are just different because we've got different paths, different jobs in this realm, different ways of doing things. He's a civil engineer. He needs to be perfect. Otherwise, the houses and the bridges and things that he built and throw up, whatever you call it, will fall over. If I need to do it, there's no ways that I can do it. No ways. Yes, I will be able to build a bridge, but it's not going to last very long. But that's not my job. So I don't have to be a perfectionist because my job is not a civil engineer. My job is to be an encourager. I've did so many things in my life. As I said, I was a very good tennis player. So I went to university and I became a PT teacher, because I loved sport. I was very good in sport. So then later I became a tennis coach. But then I got married, little children, everything. I started to be a stay-at-home mum, but I was always busy. I had a children's clothing range that I sewed, created, printed on. I made leather belts. I always made things and sold things on the side, to bring in a second income while I was at home. So then I was always teaching. No matter what, I was always teaching. And I was always sharing my journey and what I was doing and encouraging being an encourager, always telling people they're good enough, they can do what they need to do. And then I really got fed up with being a tennis coach, and then I started with my art journey, and now I was always sewing from when I was small, but then I would always say, Mom, come and help me, and she will always say, I'm too busy, I cannot come now. And then I was just, oh well, I'll do it myself, and that's how I taught myself to sew. I even did the Buddha pattern stuff. I really could do it very good, well, but then I stopped doing it, and then about 20 years ago, I started just sewing my way without patterns, just putting things together, and cloth together, and creating stuff, and that made me come alive. There's a place for the one that sews perfectly with a pattern and making the patterns and the perfect clothes. Listen, I bought this, the second-hand shop, this beautiful linen skirt, perfectly sewed. There's a place for it. I mean, yes. But that's not me. I don't have to do it this way. There is somebody already that is doing it this way. So I need to do things my way. And I am being set free once again, a deeper setting free thing, by blowing up and really being upset, and for the last 2 days really working through this, and just setting the people also free in my mind, that hurt me. It wasn't the hubby didn't want to hurt me, my mother didn't want to hurt me. They just perfectionists. They just are what they are. But I got hurt because I tried so hard to become like them, and I never could do it, so I felt hurt. So I could just release this. I could just once again set life in me, my spiritual father, my source, just heal me. I release these feelings of hurt and anger and resentment and self-pity. Oh boy, the self-pity. And hate, whatever it was that was rising in me, rose in me. I just surrendered that, and I just said, Father, you are unconditional love. Heal me. Just get those things out of me and just fill me with more unconditional. I cannot have more unconditional love, because that is who I am in spirit. We are all created in the image and likeness of our spiritual Father and Source, who is unconditional love. So that is who we are deep down. So what I'm wanting to say through this is, hubby is not wrong. He's perfectly as is. He's to do what he needs to do in this realm. I am perfectly as I am, and so are you. So we got to start my peace with who we are. We need to find out who we are, really are. It took me 50 years. And start to live in that freedom and start to enjoy our lives. And that's what I'm doing. I'm starting to really enjoy and love my life. Love being me. So this is Izette from Zet's Lab. I hope it helps. And if you're not a perfectionist and you've got a child, if you are a perfectionist and you've got a child or a spouse or somebody that's not a perfectionist, I hope this helps as well. Because we are there as a puzzle piece fitting together as a whole. So, I love you lots. Izette from Zester Lab. And I just want to say this the last time. You are perfect. Exactly who you are supposed to be. So make peace with who you are and start enjoying been you. Love you lots.